I shared my recording. Yes. Yes, we are discussing here core Java. What all the flavors of Java we have: J2SE, J2W, J2ME we discussed in the last session, and here we are in Java, core Java. So under this, we discussed what is J2SE, what is J2W, what is J2ME, J2ME, and what is the use of each, and what all the frameworks we have. Java frameworks. Java frameworks are Spring, Spring Boot, Hibernate, Spring Boot, Hibernate. Like that, we have all frameworks of Java. So Control S, save. Demo core Java. Let me save. 12th July 2021 at 7 a.m. Here we are using here frameworks. So all core Java, after core Java, if you learn the framework, after core and advanced Java, if you learn the framework, you can be a Java developer. So under this core Java, we discussed what is JDK. If you install Java in your system, so by default it will be installed in the C drive, program files. So under that we can see here C drive program files. Under that C drive program files, under that Java folder, under that you can see like JDK folder. Here under this JDK, here we have JDK folder. JDK is nothing but it's a Java development kit, and JRE is nothing but it will be the invisible part. JRE is nothing but it will provide the environment for the runtime. So it is a Java runtime env environment. It's a Java runtime environment. What is JVM? JVM is nothing but it's a Java virtual machine. So nothing but here JVM. So we can write here Java programs by JDK, JRE, JVM. Three different ways we can write that Java. Here I'm able to write that Java application in this way. Here I can run. So if you are writing a Java application for the development, that will be compiled by JDK. Inside the JDK we have a Java C.exe file inside JDK bin folder. So normally inside the JDK we have bin folder. Inside the bin folder we have JDK. Inside this bin folder we have Java C.exe. Because of this Java C.exe, we can compile our program. Suppose if you write here source code in Java, suppose you are writing here source code. If you write the source code in Java, that will be compiled by Java C compiler. So it will generate the bytecode for our application. So it will generate bytecode. So always after compilation of the program, source code can create bytecode. So always source code can create bytecode. So here in this time, my source code is able to convert into bytecode format. So I'm able to get the output for my application. So in this time, bytecode is nothing but here dot class file. Source code is nothing but here a.java is the source code and a.class file is the bytecode. So what is the use with this bytecode? Here actually this bytecode concept is not support in C or C++. So there is no bytecode concept. But only in Java it will convert into human unreadable format. That is what bytecode. Bytecode we cannot read it, but that source code what we are creating here, with that source code we can compile our program and it will generate the bytecode for our application. Your program is generating the bytecode means from here if I write here a.java, it will go for compilation and it will generate a.class file. So now that similar way here a.java application, if you write it, this a.class file will be generated by compiler. This compiler generated .class file can read by JVM. JVM will give the output for our program. See, I'll write one sample application here in Edit Plus, but after that I'll write it. Okay, directly I'll write Eclipse. Eclipse, I'll use it here for writing of programs. Core Java program sake, I'll use Eclipse. Sorry. Yeah, I'll use Eclipse for writing the program. It will take time to open. So meanwhile, I'll write it. Here, class keyword, class A. Under that, we write main method of the program by in Java, if you want to write hello world application, we have to write class A, public static void main. Under that, string AR. So close and close. Here under this, we can write it here, system dot out dot println of that hello world. We can write it. Hello world, we can write it like this. Okay. So this hello world, control A, save. Let me save it. Picture, demo, core Java, 12th. I saved, right? No, it is not here. So documents, training, demo. Here I'll save my application with a.java. So I saved it with a.java. So this a.java application will look like this. If I file this a.java, it will generate the a.class file. So a.java will convert and generate the a.class file. Java is the source code. This source code will go for compilation and it will generate the bytecode for our application. Always source code can be converted and it will generate the bytecode for our program. So this bytecode will go for execution. So now I want to write it here after compilation of this program. So here I'm creating a.java. It is converting into a.class file. So in this time, here a.java application, what I am creating here, that a.java application, this will converted into a.class file. I want to read that .class file. First, I want to compile it. So let me write it, that program here. Create file, new Java project, and I'll write here a demo. Project name, demo 1, 2, 3. Four. Here finish. Next and finish. Here don't create module. It will create a demo 1. Core is my folder. Under this we have src. Right click here. New class. This way generally will create our files. So here that class name is hello. Hello is my class name. I need main method. Just finish. So by that I can able to create my own class inside this. See here, by default it is giving public class hello and main method, and inside the main method we have to write our program. Generally we write the program inside the main method. So here inside this main method I can write my SOP statement. So now I am writing here system dot out dot println of, here println of that output statement, hello world output statement, we write it. Hello world output statement I'm writing like this. So now right click here, run as Java application, normal run as Java application. Okay, so normally I clicked on run on Java application. So by that I can see that output like hello world. So actually, when in Eclipse, when you directly compile the program, it directly compile and it will generate the output directly. It won't creating any .class files as of now. It is not creating any .class file for us. So it is directly creating the output for us. So if you need the .class file, we need .class file here. So the .class file sake, here we are using .class file here. That .class file, how we can create it, you can see. So once I click on run button, it is giving that hello world output like this. So here that hello.java default package hello.java application, it is generating a .class file. But normally if you run it outside of Eclipse, then only we can show that .class file. So if you see here, training demo, here a.java application, it will generate a.class file. See here, you can see here a.java application and a.class file. Edit plus. See, in this edit plus, you can see here, after compilation of the program, a.class file look like this. A.java application will look like this. A.class file will look like this. Can you read this code? Can you understand from this what will be the output of this program? Yes, please. Yes. Can we read this code, this .class file code? Yes. Kushub, Varun, Manik Bhattachari. Can we read this code? Can we understand anything from here? Yes. Are you there? Varun, Kushub, Manik. Yes. Yes. A.class file, can we read it or not? Means, is it in the readable format? Just I'm asking you, is it in the readable format? Mainak Bhattachari, Varun, Kushub. Here it is not readable format. Why? Because whenever we write the byte code, whenever we write the source code, it always generates the byte code for our program. Okay. It always generates the byte code for our program. So always source code can be converted into byte. So that byte code cannot be in the readable format. So that byte code, whatever it is generated, that is not in the readable format. So if it is not in the readable format, uh, always it will be in the unreadable format only. So we have to always this will be in the unreadable format only. Unreadable format. This unreadable format code we want to JVM will read this. So this will be executed only by the JVM. JVM only can understand this unreadable format code. So it will taken by JVM. JVM will give the output for our program. So always source code. So here always source code. So whatever the source code we are writing here, this source code will be converted into byte code. Here byte code. This byte code will taken by JVM. It will give the output for our program. This type of thing it is possible by Java. In Java, we have source code, byte code. This way we'll get our output. Here always source code can be converted into byte code. Then we'll get the output for our program. This way only we can execute it. Now, here source code can be converted. So finally we got the output for our program. So because of that this source code, we got that hello world as the output. So whatever you write inside the SOP double quotes, even if you write here dots, the dots also I'll get as my output. But every line, every letter will be converted into this bytecode. So every letter of the program will be converted into this bytecode. After that only it will generate this output for our program. So always source code can be converted into bytecode. Bytecode will generate the output for our program. So in the middle time, who is taking care of all the stuff? So here we are writing here Java source code. Java source code is connected with the compiler. Compiler is converting into bytecode. This bytecode is taken by JVM. JVM is executing the output for our program. So under this, we have class loader. It will load our total class. Bytecode verifier. It will check each and every line of the bytecode. And then it will give to interpreter. Interpreter will give to runtime environment. Runtime environment will give the output for our program. So here class loader. Class loader is nothing but here our dot class file. Whatever the source code we have, the dot class file will be loaded into class loader. So from that class loader, it will take the dot class file and it will convert into byte. It will checked by bytecode verifier. Bytecode verifier will check line by line bytes. Next, it will connect with the class loader, bytecode verifier. Next, runtime env, runtime environment, and it will be connected with the hardware output. If you need any output of hardware, then it will connect with the hardware and it will generate the output for our program. So generally output come from the screen. So one of the printer screen or a GUI screen, any one screen, you will use it here for printing of the output. So inside the JVM, we have this type of structure. Inside JVM, we have this type of structure. JVM is only executing our program. So our dot class file will be loaded completely into the class loader. From there, it will give to the bytecode verifier. From the bytecode verifier, it will give that input to runtime environment. It will give to hardware. So this type of execution sake, JVM will take the major role. Here, up to now, what I have explained, all source code can be converted into bytecode and how to write that hello world application in Eclipse. So in Eclipse, how to write that hello world application, I explained. Now, what all the rules we have? So if you want to be a Java, if you want to know about the Java, how Java is came into the market. So Java first it is called as the Oak language in 1995. So presently we are in Java 16. So up to now, up to 16, so every March, every September, they are releasing new versions of Java. So Java 16 is released in last March. So now we are in July. So March 2021, they released Java 16. Here Sun Microsystem first developed Java. After that, now it is taken, Java is taken over by Oracle Corporation. If you want to install Java, you have to download Java folder from Java software from oracle.com only. here after installation of Java, just you can click on the your system configuration related software will be available in that folder. You have to click on download button, so it will be downloaded in that location. Then it will be installed in the by default C drive program files. C drive program files, under that we have under that you can see one Java folder. Under that Java folder you can see JDK folder. From up to JDK Java 8, so if you install Java you can see two folders actually, JDK folder and JRE folder. From Java JDK folder and JRE folder, Java 8, Java 9 onwards, it is installing only JDK folder. There is no JRE folder separately for installation. But internally, that library will be connected with the program. Okay. So Java came into the market like this. So comparing with other languages, why Java is better? Java here, Java I am comparing with other languages. That other languages like mm, C, C++, and Java. So comparing with the C++, there is no pointers concept. So no pointers in Java. So in Java, we don't have any pointers concept. So no pointers concept in Java. Next, no pointers concept in Java. Next one is here under C++, no pointers concept in Java. Next, here comparing with the C, in C++ we have method over operators overloading and clustering points we have, but the load balancing some topics we have, those are rarely used topics, and most confusing topics are pointers and those. So those are got removed from Java. So it is Java is object oriented programming and C++ is also object oriented programming. So Java is not following some of the rules of some rarely used point load balancing and clustering. So it is not there. Clustering, load balancing is not there in Java, but it is there in the C and C++. So, but there is no concept of in Java. But Java is object-oriented programming, so it has to follow that object-oriented rules. So this pointers concept got removed from Java. That's why we call it as Java is a simple programming language. So Java features we can see like this. So Java is a simple programming. Why? Because no pointers concept in Java. No pointers. Java is object-oriented programming. Why? Because it has to follow encapsulation, polymorphism, then inheritance. And Java shows high performance, robust. I'll show you that remaining stuff. Here, core Java. This here slideshow. Yeah. Here, Java is a general purpose high level programming language. It is invented by Sun Microsystems, small team of engineer called as Green Team. They initiated this language. So bytecode concept is separate from all other languages. So as we know, bytecode is set of symbols and created by Sun Microsystem, which is generated after compilation of the program. So always after compiling the program, it will generate a bytecode. This bytecode will taken by the JVM. So JVM will execute our program. So JIT compiler, it will execute or makes the execution fast. Why? Because it will maintain that repeated code rather than loading every time that same code loading in the same same browser. Sorry, same execution. So that time you can use directly here without using here compile time. Once you write the program, that repeated code whatever is there, that repeated code, it will maintain it in its cache memory, so it will save the time and space. Compile once, run forever. So it is a famous tagline of Java. Why? Because if you once you compile your program, it will generate a bytecode. So once again, you no need to compile your program for execution. How many times you want, you can execute your program. Compile once, run forever is the famous tagline of the Java. If you once you compile your program, so you can run your program any number of times. Okay, and you can run your program in any operating system. No need of only your no need of only Windows system, only Mac system. We don't have any the type of stuff, so we can run anywhere. So next, Java history. Java is interesting to know. The history of Java starts from Green Team. Green Team, so is a three team of engineers. The first started this Java. And why Java is? Java is first they want to give as the name as oak. That is the national tree of those countries: USA, France, Germany, Romania. And they used to develop that Java application while drinking that Java. That is the first Indonesian coffee. So that's why they used to drink that. They used to drink that coffee while developing the application. That's why we call it as Java. So they used to drink Java coffee. That's why they given the name as Java. Java evolutions and J2SE, J2W, J2MA. So what all the features we have? So this one I'll explain you in tomorrow. Simple, object-oriented, architectural, natural, high performance, distributed. So each and every simple I explained. Pointers concept got removed. Object-oriented, we have to go for it. So I'll explain you in tomorrow session. Yeah. Up to now, any doubts? Yes. Maina, Umesh, you joined very late. Yes. Okay. Okay. So we'll meet tomorrow for the continuation. You all should join at 7:05, 7:10 like that. Not more than that. So not like 7:30, 7:20, not like that. I'll start at 7. I'll end my class, 6 a.m. class at 7. So 7:05 or 7:10, before 7:10 only, I'll join your session. So I have to log in and I have to start. That's it. You don't, I won't take 20 minutes or like that. I won't take that much gap. Just why Umesh, you are not, why you are not connected? Do you have any other class? No. Okay. So try to come to on time. So by that you every day you will get recordings anyway. But try to come to on time to the class. By that you can easily understand the subject. If you join in the middle, you cannot follow the class. That's it. Okay then. Thank you.